Welcome back to another episode of me talking about this is my watch list. It's my watch list episode for December. Normally December is meant for festivities, Christmas films, but I thought I'd flip it on its head and do sad films, depressing films, films about hard subjects, you know. So I've called this the depressing depressed. I'm still working on the name, but it's like depressed and December together because they both start with D. I'm smart. Anyway, there's a bit here. There's a few here. Let's get into it. Alrighty, now DVDs. First off, I got a few DVDs here and some Blu-rays. I'll start from the top. Why not? The first one we have is the French film directed by Henry Georges Clouzot. I think I'm saying that right. I don't know. From 1953. 1953. The Wages of Fear. I think this is a remake from the Henry Fonda one, which was the 30s, I believe. Anyway, it's based off the book, I think. Anyway, yes, I've had this in my watch pile for a while, and I think I found it at Salvos. Yeah, Salvos, or I found it at where I found the next one. I found it in. That's the Wages for Umbrella title as well. Yay, fun. I'll read the back. I'll read the back for you. Do a quick read through. Where we go here? An unscrupulous American oil company enlists 4 tough drifters for a high-paying suicide mission, transporting explosives across the rough terrain of Central America. Tension and rivalry quickly develops between the foursome, magnified all the more by the unforgiving heat. The lure of the filthy and the rough and rocky roads where the slightest jolt can result in agonizing death. That just sounds beautiful. Yeah. It sounds like a happy-go-lucky film. But yeah, I found that and this next one in a news agency. It's really weird. News agencies in Melbourne, where I'm from, they have like a DVD section, and people who fill that DVD section up Bounty. It's like people from the Bounty warehouse, and they have like all Umbrella, Monster Pictures, you know, you got the Bounty classics, the Accents, like all those, like, for all my Aussie people. I don't know if there's any international people, but if there is, hello, thank you for finding me. They have all those like old school like Aussie labels that have now died. I mean, Umbrella's still around, but Accent is pretty much dead, I believe. But yeah, like you'd see that. Yeah, news agencies. A weird place to find some stuff, but I found some fucking decent stuff there. Anyway, which is the next one here. It's kind of depressing-ish, I guess. I haven't seen any of these. And it's that's Lars von Trier, God, The Element of Crime. His first feature film. It's a futuristic horror thriller, murder mystery set in a post-apocalyptic Europe where morals are so utterly corrupted that one man's attempt to unravel them is doomed to failure. See, that just like first little paragraph there just reeks of sadness and destruction and death and shit. So I'm like, fuck yeah. And Lars von Trier is never a happy person. And I fucking love him. He's a god. He's the man. He's just too much for this world. Next one is, what country is this from? I should read the back. Where is it from? I don't know. French? No, it's not French. Israeli? God damn it. Anyway, let's just, I picked this one. What is it? No Man's Land. It is What we got? Between war and peace, humour and hate, capture and surrender, life and death lies no man's land. Set in the unforgiving trenches of the Bosnian Serb conflict, this savage satire follows the story of three soldiers caught between two fighting lines. See, I mean, like, there you go. Denis Tanovic's Oscar-winning No Man's Land easily takes its place alongside the original MASH and Catch-22. I'm reading so fast, I'm stuffing up. So it's like a humoristic satire on war and all that, but like, you know, it's a war film. It's always going to be hard-hitting and a bit sad. It's going to show... what's that saying? It's going to show, like... I guess it's satire. It's satire, like actual, like, conflict, hard-hitting subjects in a kind of funny way. And going, that's funny. Wait a minute. Now that I actually think about it, it's kind of fucked up. So, yeah, that. I'm excited for that one. There's stuff that's been in my watch pile for so long. It's just like... There's the reason why I do these, like, monthly watches, just to, like, bring that fucking watch pile down. Next is, another war film. I pick war films because, like, war films, you know, there's always sadness in there. This is the winner of the... this one, what did this win? This one, Cannes Film Festival Special Jury Prize in 2001. Best Foreign Film and Academy Award 2002. And 2002 Golden Globe Award for Best Foreign Film. This won the 2008 Academy Award for Best Foreign Language Film, and that is The Counterfeiters. This has been on my radar for a long ass time. I just love war films, all stories from... There's so many stories, war stories, that are told and need to be told, and they're just amazing. Like, what humans are capable of, good and bad. It's fascinating to me. So yeah, The Counterfeiters from Austria. True story of the largest counterfeiting operation in history, set up by the Nazis in 1942. So, there you go. Counterfeiters. Jewish men forced to counterfeit money for the Nazis. Next one is an Aussie film from Rolf de Heer. It's called The Tracker. Any film with an Aboriginal man in chains is going to be a bit depressing. David Galpilli. I can never say his last name. It's terrible. Galpilli. I'm sorry. Gary Sweet. Damon Gamel. Grant Page. I was surprised to see just like Grant Page. People like know Aussie films. They know Grant Page is the stunt man. He did amazing stuff. But yeah, David, fuck. He passed away last year, this year. This year, I think. RIP. RIP. Yes, The Tracker. What is this? 1922. Four men relentlessly track a fugitive. Track a fugitive, an Aboriginal man accused of murder. Kind of reminds me of the other film I watched. What's the other? Fuck. It's like, right, I see the poster. It's got Sam Neill and fucking Brian Brown, and it's literally the same thing. It's like they're using an Aboriginal man to track another Aboriginal man accused of murder, which he didn't do. God damn. What is it? It's just lost me. God damn. What's that film? I had it. I have it. Fuck. But yeah, reminds me of that. Reminds me of this. I haven't seen this, but still, it's gonna play on my mind. Fuck. Well. Next up, another war film. See, I told ya. Another war film, and this is by the fantastic Alan Parker. I found this. In a cash converters. Just $1. I think it was cash converters. Still in a shrink wrap. Still brand new. I was like, yep, done. One Alan Parker film I haven't seen. Need to see it. It's Angela's Ashes. With, it's got Robert Carlyle in it. So I was like, yeah, sick. Alan Parker, Robert Carlyle. Was it Life in Impoverished Depression Era? No, sorry, not war film. Fuck, is this a war film? Anyway, Depression Era Ireland. So there you go. Holds little promise for young Frank McCourt, the oldest son in a tightly knit family. Living by his wits, cheered by his spirit, and sustained by his mother's fierce love, Frank embarks on an inspiring journey to overcome the poverty of his childhood and reach the land of his dreams, America. Not war. But it almost feels like war, because like what they're wearing is like 1940s look and stuff. It's the Depression era. It's got some fucking... What's the Depression era? 30s? I think the 30s. Still trying to think of the fucking film. It's gonna do my head in. Somewhere I had it. Got it somewhere. Anyway, next up. A film directed by Morgan Freeman. This is probably his only directional debut. Makes sense. His only directed film from 1993. Executive producer is Arsenio Hall, who produced a few films. This film called Bupa. If I'm saying that right. This is pretty much about the... he's a sergeant in South Africa Police Force and unquestioning supporter of the powers that be, but the strife tearing the fabric of 1980s South Africa is about to rip Mika Mangena, that's Danny Glover. Mika's own world violently apart. His son is waking up to the fact that the system is evil and that his dad is part of the system. It's kind of like reflected on that was it Lethal Weapon 2? And that scene where like they only let lights into South Africa and like Joe Pesci is like trying to get Danny Glover. Then that scene where they're in the South African embassy or something. And Joe Pesci's there talking to the guy. It's like, yeah, my friend wants to go to South America and stuff. Oh yeah, and the guy's like, oh yeah, sick, yeah, bring him over. And like, you know, Danny Glover just like turns around from like a big pole holding a newspaper. He's like, oh, you can't go to South Africa. Well, why not? Because he's black. Weird. Crazy stuff. Fucking whites. Crazy. But yeah. Interested to see this film. I saw this at Salvos? Or no, not Salvos, Savers. Sorry. Savers, I don't know. A film, Morgan Freeman directing it. Arsenio Productions, Danny Glover. I do want to see more Danny Glover stuff. You know, I only really know him from the Lethal Weapon films, but he's just one of those actors that I only see him in Lethal Weapon. I haven't seen him in much else. Like Lethal Weapon and like Operation Dumbo Drop. That's about it. Right, next one is another war film, but not bloody World War II or anything like that. This is is it set in 1992? Two Estonian immigrant farmers who decide to remain in Georgia long enough to harvest their tangerine crop, despite the growing conflict between Georgia and Abkhazia. Separates following the Soviet Union's desolations. Soviet Union, somewhere around there. Anyway, film called Tangerines. I've heard this film is fucking depressing and sad. So I'm like, yes. When the war comes to their doorsteps, Ivo takes in two wounded soldiers from opposite sides. The fighters vow to kill each other when they recover. but their extended period of recovery has a humanizing effect that might transcend ethnic divides. Set against a beautiful landscape defiled by war, this poetic film makes an eloquent statement for peace. There you go. Okay. Another Aussie film. One I haven't seen and one I was lucky enough to find at a op shop. I'll tell you when these went from op shops, because a lot of them are op shops. Aussie film featuring Heath Ledger in his first film, Black Rock. I'm sure a lot of people have seen this or know of this. Back when 17-year-old Jared's mentor, mate and local surfing legend Rico returns from a stint up the coast, Jared decides to throw a welcome home party at the local surf club. As the party rages on, a 15-year-old girl is gang raped and beaten to death on an abandoned stretch of beach. When morning breaks and news of the murder circulates, the working class community of Blackrock is promptly splintered by shame, deceit and mistrust. That sounds like a good old bunch of fun. Seeing a young Heathy too. So that'll be fun. Been wanting to see this for ages. And when I found it, I was like, yes! Score! Fucking score! Next up, yeah, why not? Found in the savers. I just said I was gonna, whatever. A film by Mike Lee. Yeah, when it's Mike Lee, you know it's gonna be like happy and sad and truthful to life and just fantastic. And this is Vera Drake. Story of one woman who sacrificed everything for what she believed in. Very interested in this film. I love Mike Lee. Mike Lee is amazing. Imelda Staunton is a fantastic actress as well. Yeah, it's about a woman, Vera, who helps girls who find themselves in trouble. Don't know what kind of trouble talking about, but interested all the same. 3 Academy Award nominations in 2005. But yes, what is it? Life, Mother, Criminal. Vera Drake, Mike Lee, you can't go wrong. Next up we have another one that I've been wanting to see for a while and everyone like boasts about and says it's fantastic. Is we need to talk about Kevin. I was waiting to find this in a op shop because I'm that cheap and lazy half the time. But what was I gonna say? It's just another one of, what is it? Fucking a loner throws Ava an extinguisher on who struggles to connect with her son. When Kevin commits an unthinkable, irredeemable act, Eva grapples with her failings as a parent while attempting to rebuild her life. Was she at fault? Did she resent her son from birth? I think Eve Buddy does a school shooting or some shit. From what memory, from what I've been told, from what I've read. So this is kind of cool, just from the mother's perspective of like, my son just shut up a fucking school. Like, what happened? Where did I go wrong? Was it me? So, and Tilda Swinton and John C. Reilly's a father, like in a dramatic role. He's fantastic, dramatic actor. John, same with Tilda. She's been amazing for fucking years. And yeah, it's an interesting take on. Yeah, I'm just saying this is an interesting take on the school shooting idea. Next up we have Ken Loach. Now again, just like Mike Lee, you can't go wrong in Alan Parker. You can't go wrong. That's another reason why I stuck it in here. It's Ken Loach. Ken Loach always deals with life and sadness and growing up and fucking just everyday things. And I was like, yeah, give me that. And that's Sweet 16. What's the name? Here we go. Set in the states of Greenock in Scotland, Liam dreams of the family life he never had. With his mum to be released from prison in time for his 16th birthday, Liam is determined that things will be different, and that means creating a safe haven beyond the reach of wasters like Jean's boyfriend Stan and his own mean-spirited grandfather. But yes, anything Ken Loach is a must. Get on it, people. What's next? Well, I should pick this one. Do this one. I don't even know about this film until I picked up the DVD. I was like, yeah, no, well, it looks alright. It sounds interesting. It sounds good. Starring Colin Firth and Jim Broadbent, two great actors. Yeah, as I said, I never heard of it. You know, it came under the radar with me. It seems just like a small indie, fucking British film. What is it? And when did you last see your father? It's just a quick 88-minute film. That's great. Here we go. Based on what blah blah blah. Some flinching exploration of a father-son relationship as Blake Morrison deals with his father, Arthur's terminal illness and imminent death. So Blake's memories of everything funny, embarrassing, and upsetting about his childhood and teens are interspersed with the present as he struggles to come to terms with his father and their history of conflict, and learns to accept that one's parents are not always accountable to their children. So yeah, another father-son relationship going on here. Always brings a tear to my eye. Now makes me think about my own life. So that'll be good. That'd be fun. That'd be fun. So much fun. It'd be deep. Very deep. Next up we have a classic. One, I think I got this at a news agency. Apparently he's being classed as the king of melodrama, and this is meant to be a hard-hitting film. I've watched the documentary. I can't remember what, a while back, but they mentioned this film. I can't remember what. But anyway, it is Douglas Sirk's imitation of life. And it comes with a slip. Look at that. It's a bit tight. Look at that. Beautiful. Imitation of life there. There's a slip, and it's like 3 discs. We got disc 1, 2, and 3. What's in the... Wait a minute. Imitation. Hold up. This is the way. Here we go. Audio commentary. Hollywood remembers the 1934 original imitation of life by J.M. Stall. Insert essay. Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't say. I don't know what the one's going to be. So I think disc 3 is the original one. Because it doesn't say, it just says disc 3. Disc 2, I'm guessing, is special features. And disc 1, I'm guessing the film. And there's a nice little... nice little booklet here. Let me do the... I'll get you... Look at that. Have a quick read. There we go. Look at that. Look at all those words. I love booklets. And I love these director's suite things. Selection that Madman did. It's always nice to see. There's like just a little I'll pull it out. Nice little biography, I guess, of the director there, and it's like on there's a filmography list there as well, which is I don't know if I could do a lot of stuff. always cool to see. But yeah, I'll stick this all back in its hole. Oop, yeah, I can. There we go. Let's have a squeeze. The final masterpiece from Hollywood's king of melodrama, Imitation of Life, is among the most admired films the American history has ever produced. Screen siren Lorna Turner stars as Laura Meredith, an aspiring actress and single mother battling to survive in the lean years of the late 40s New York. During an outing to Coney Island, Laura meets two people who will change her life forever. Kindred spirit Annie Johnston, a black woman in need of a home for herself and her pale-skinned daughter Sarah Jane, and photographer Steve Archer. As Annie and Laura form a partnership that will last their lifetimes, their lives are baffled by the winds of love and hate, race and ignorance, pride and glamour. So there you go. Bit of race relations in there too. Well, not race relations, but you know. That would be a fun film to watch. Last in the DVDs. Yeah, I'd probably get fucking banned for this. Showing this film. I'm not racist. But I had to see that. I've been wanting to see this for ages because... World War II film. World War II propaganda film, I should say. This I got off a Facebook group. No, it wasn't a Nazi Facebook group, but yeah, I just wanted to see this of like, it's been talked about in so much in so many film magazines and conversations and all that. That it's like, it's just one of those films. It's kind of like Birth of a Nation. It's just like one of those great. Oh, I don't say great as in like it's the main thing, but like it's one of those big spectacle films that in filmmaking technology was so profound in that day that it's just like fuck, they did this, it's crazy. And this is one of them. But anyway, I'll spoil it. Triumph of the Will from 1935. Lane Riefenstahl's classic piece of historical filmmaking, filmed during the 1934 Nazi Party rally in Nuremberg, Germany, is considered by many to be one of the most important and controversial films ever made. The film, realized by Paul Joseph Goebbels, Hitler's Reich Minister for Public Enlightenment and Propaganda, was created to influence all of Germany to support the power of the Nazi Party. All during World War II, in every theatre in Germany, either part of or all of Triumph of the Will was shown. Founded entirely by the NSDAP, brackets the Nazi Party, Hitler hired the young actress/director to direct. Money was unlimited, so Riefenstahl was eating and sleeping in the editing room with hundreds of thousands of feet of film for almost a full year. All of the shots in Triumph of the Will are carefully constructed sets were specially built to accommodate cameras, and Hitler was filmed separately from the crowd so Riefenstahl could edit together a film that would manipulate imagery and seduce the mind. An historically significant and at times horrifyingly manipulative exercise in propaganda for the Nazi regime, Triumph of the Will continues to be controversial over 70 years after its original release. This historical document has been unavailable in Germany for many decades until her death in 2003. Riefenstahl was under fire for her personal relationship with Hitler, spending her life in the shadow of collaborating with the Nazi Party. So yeah, bit fucking mental, but fuck it. For me, it's just one of those films that you have to see. It's just fascinating to see like what they did and what they made and the kind of propaganda they were doing. Like, what did Goebbels say? Yes, have that. Yes, no, have that. Kind of thing. It's yeah. That'll be depressing, I'm sure. Blu-rays. There's a few here. Not many. Let's start from the top. Favorite label. Indicator. Powerhouse Films, number 168. A Frank Perry film. Diary of a Mad Housewife. There's a back there's all the special features. Excuse me. From 1970. Excuse me. I had a biryani, so it's just like all biryani burps. Flavoured burps. From 1970, two versions of the film. What we got? One's 96 minutes, the other's 91 minutes. Two presentations of the feature. The original theatrical cut, which is 96 minutes, and the long unseen alternative TV version, which is 91. There's the little blurb. Tina Bolter, housewife, did not do the laundry today. Did not wake up did not walk the dog. Did not polish the silver. But today, Tina Bolter did something else. Sorry if I can't talk properly. Like, I fucking got my tonsils out like 2 weeks ago. So it's still like healing just a little bit. So yeah, Diary of a Madhouse. That's the director there, I'm pretty sure. Frank Perry. Oh, right, here we go. Here we go. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. Fantastic. You get all that? Awesome. That's one side of it, and the flip. Oh shit. The flip is this side. I don't know what I like better. I'll do the black one. Yeah, it's just one of those films like indie. Don't give you a lot of they don't have all the fucking big ass blurbs. It's just got like the tagline happening. So it's always a blind buy, I suppose. Blind watch, don't know what's going on, but it's from the 70s, so fucking it's gonna be good. Audio commentary with Lee Gambon. You know, since it's Lee, you know it's gonna be a good film. Lee picks good films. Lee knows good films, so I have every piece of faith in that man. And indie. So there you go. Next up. I think this is... No. Not his first film. This is one I haven't seen of his. This director. I love this director a lot. One of my favourite Italian directors. One of his early ones. Released by Umbrella in the world cinema line. Oh my god, I'm falling apart. Directed by Federico Fellini. La Strada, or The Road. Regarded as some by Fellini's finest work and winner of the Academy Award for Best Foreign Language Film. La Strada, sold by her impoverished mother to Zampano, played by Anthony Quinn, a brutish fairground wrestler, wife like Gelsomina, I guess, lives the life of a drudgery as his assistant. After taken to the road with the travelling circus, a budding relationship with a gentle-natured, tightrope walking clown offers a potential refuge from her master's clutches. Trapped by her own Seville nature, Gelsomina wavers and Zampano's volcanic temper erupts with tragic consequences. It's Fellini. I love Fellini. Young Anthony Quinn. There you go. There's one side. There's a poster there. Another poster there on the flip side. It's cool. There's a picture disc, and there's just a shot from the film, I suppose. Anthony Quinn showing off his muscles. His classical muscles. This is the only film I have in the world cinema collection. I've been thinking of getting some others, But yeah, Lestraggio was like one Fellini film I hadn't seen and don't have. So I'm like, yes, I need it. Because I have a few from Eureka. Eureka did a few. They did Roma. I see Roma and iClowns. I swear they did something else. No. They did something else. I'll find it. I think they did something else. Just over there. Anyway, next up we have a film I saw the trailer for many years ago. Scared about. I need water. I think dust is flying in my mouth. Air it out. Okay. Right. Where was I? Fucking the stars in this. We got Udo Kier, Stellan Skarsgård, Harvey Keitel, Julian Sands, Barry Pepper. It's like a 4-hour film or something. 169-minute film. So, been wanting to see this for a long time because I saw the trailer look fucking mental. Oh, that was good. The Painted Bird, released by Montage Pictures. Oh, blah, 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 blah. The film follows the journey of a boy entrusted by his Jewish parents to an elderly foster mother in an effort to escape persecution. Following a tragedy, the boy is on his own, wandering through the desecrated countryside. The boy encounters villagers and soldiers whose own lives have been brutally altered, and who are intent on revisiting this brutality on the boy. When the war ends, the boy has been changed forever. It's kind of like, it gives me off Come and See vibes. Like just a boy walking through the war, meeting people, and just fucking being so affected that it fucks him up forever. Even though that's a fucking great image. He's like getting fed to the vultures. And as a boy, he's like, it's not a crow, but still. I'm very interested. I'm very excited to see this film. Watch that film. Okay. Next up, another one I've been meaning to see for a while. This is Still Alice. This will be a sad film. Alice Howland, happily married with 3 grown children, is a renowned linguistics professor who starts to forget words. When she receives a diagnosis of early onset Alzheimer's disease, Alice and her family find their bonds thoroughly tested. Her struggle to stay connected to who she once was is frightening, heartbreaking, and inspiring. Lovely. Alzheimer's is a fuck disease. It's mental. Yeah. Julianne Moore, Alec Baldwin, and Kristen Stewart. I wonder if Kristen acts in this. I've been covering my face. Yeah, another one I've been wanting to see for a long time. I'm not like the biggest Julianne Moore fan. But I know she won an award. But like I don't know. Maybe it was Hannibal that like put me off her. Maybe I don't know. But I've never been the biggest Julianne Moore fan. I don't know what it is. But yeah, it sounds heartbreaking, sad, and inspiring, all in the same film. Next up, we have an Umbrella release, Sunburnt Screens. Another just the cover makes it look depressing as all fuck, and I was like, yeah, all right, let's do it. This film's from 2002. I'd never heard of it. Got some decent stars in it. But it's just the front cover made it look like it was from the 80s. Yes, here we go. Black and white. That cover just makes it look fucking depressing as all shit. Starring Robert Carlyle, Charles Dance, Ben Mendelsohn. There. Based on a harrowing true story from 1958, indigenous man Max Stewart, played by David, this lovely man right here, is tried for the murder of a young white girl in rural South Australia. Stewart is sentenced to be executed despite a distant lack of evidence, except for a confession he signed although not being able to read English. Two dog lawyers, Robert Carlyle and Kerry Fox, are convinced of Stewart's innocence. And a young Rupert Murdoch, played by Ben Mendelsohn, uses his new power to alert the public that an irrevocable miscarriage of justice is at risk of taking place. That's weird. Rupert Murdoch, like, not being a piece of shit. Since when? Fight for Stewart. No, 58. Fuck, that guy's old. Is he dead yet? Fuck, he should be dead. The fight for Stewart's life depends on a gripping court battle pitting himself and his defence team against a Crown prosecutor, played by Charles Dance, determined to see the sentence carried out. But yeah, it just sounds fucking depressing and fucked up. All perfect for the festive season of December. Depressed Ember. Depressed Ember? Does it sound alright? It sounds long. I'll do those last. I think it's the dust. Here we go. Another Mike Leigh film. I think this is like more happy than sad, but still I see like the name Mike Leigh and I'm like, it's kind of like seeing Ken Loach. You're just like, alright, I'm just going to see some fucking like middle class, lower class life representation here, and that's always fucking sad and broken and depressing. But this is Life is Sweet, which also includes a running jump, which is a running jump 2012, 36 minutes, a sports-infused comedy short starring Eddie Marsan, produced as a part of the 2012 Cultural Olympiad. There you go. Life is Sweet. Beautiful. Depicts a summer in the life of a modern working class family surviving in Thatcher's Britain. Fucking Thatcher. What a cunt. Andy, played by Jim Broadbent, is a professional chef and DIY enthusiast who buys a decrepit burger van. His wife, Wendy, played by Alison Steedman, helps out with the launch of a Parisian-themed restaurant, The Regret Rain. One daughter, Nicola, suffers from bulimia and is obsessed with men and Marxism, while the other, Natalie, is an apprentice plumber who dreams of escaping to America. This hilarious yet tragic domestic portrait features a dazzling ensemble performance and remains a potent, true-to-life story. People just wanting to fuck. Look at that hair. Those hairstyles and glasses. It's mental. So 80s. When was this? 1990. Fuck. Also has Timothy Spall in it, if you know his name. I love Timothy. He's a magnificent man. Alright. Nearly done. What's next? I'll do this. I don't think this is like depressing, but this is more like informative. Another film about war. I might do this. There's like 2 documentaries in this from Eureka. I might do this around the same time as Triumph of the Will. But this is documentary, Hitler's Hollywood. And it also has the documentary From Caligari to Hitler. So it's about... Die. Yeah. So, Caligari to Hitler. It's a little documentary where, yeah, Nazi cinema was a state-controlled industry subject to rigid political and cultural censorship. At the same time, it inspired to be great cinema. It viewed itself as an ideological and aesthetic alternative to Hollywood, the German dream factory. Rüdiger Deutschland's Hitler's Hollywood takes a closer look at the roughly 1,000 feature films made in Germany between 1933 and 1945, examining how stereotypes of the enemy and values of love and hate managed to be planted into the heads of the German people through the cinema screens. So that sounds like it'd be a good companion piece with Triumph of the Will. What was that? That was 1935, and this is from 33. So it's just like, what were they fucking implanting in the German people's mind? And there's another one from Caligari to Hitler. So I think that's just all about German cinema, from like Cabinet of Dr. Caligari to 1933, I'd say. Yeah, so two documentaries on German cinema. I guess from when was Dr. Caligari? It was like 1920, 21 or something. Early 20s, I think. And to 1945. So I guess like German's cinema history in those two films. Fantastic, excuse me. Right, last two. We got spitting away. From Arrow Academy, the now dead Arrow Academy. And the next one is Hiroshima. Just that word invokes disaster in people's minds. As soon as you say the word Hiroshima, it's just like, oh, the place that got bombed. Yes, pretty much. Filmed where it happened with a cast of 100,000 people. There we go. It's literally just about, like, what happened and what people went through. It's, like, I guess, a retelling of that film. It's from, when was it made? 1953. So, back when the bombs dropped, can't remember. 44, 45, 6, 7, 8 years. I'm falling apart. 8 years after the fact, so it's just a retelling of shit that happened. Fucking mentality. The craziness. The shocking story behind the most ravaged city on Earth. Hiroshima. You don't need to say much about this. Like, you just say the name, say the word Hiroshima, and it's like, yeah, fair enough. Next up, last one. It's a trilogy. You get the Blu-ray from Arrow Academy video. It's a fucking very well-known trilogy, highly regarded. It's called the Human Condition trilogy. Part 1 is No Greater Love, which is Life Before... I'll read the blurb anyway, whatever. Part 2, Road to Eternity. Part 3, A Soldier's Prayer. I'll try not to cough. I think I'm fucking tweaking the bloody sound and shit. One of the towering masterpieces of Japanese and world cinema, this 3-part war epic has rarely been seen in the UK, at least partly because of its dauntingly gargantuan 9-hour length, because each film's like 3 hours long. It's 574 minutes. So, do the math. I think each film's like 2.5 hours long. Director Masaki Kobayashi, who did Harakiri, fantastic film, was attracted to Junpei Gomikawa's source novel because he recognized himself in the character of the protagonist Kaji, an ardent pacifist who came of age during the aggressively materialistic 1930s and 40s. In part 1, No Greater Love, Kaji is relocated to a mine supervising job in Manchuria, where he is horrified by the use of forced labour. Part 2, Road to Eternity, sees him conscripted into the Japanese army and forced to fight in the name of an aggressively imperialistic cause. Part 3, A Soldier's Prayer, deals with the consequences of Japan's defeat, not least for Kaji himself. Throughout, Kobayashi unflinchingly examines the psychological toll of appallingly complex decisions where being morally right risks outcomes ranging from ostracism to savage beating to death. As Kaji, played by Tatsuro Nakada from Sanjuro, is in virtually every scene, proving a rock-solid emotional anchor and a necessary one in Japan, where the film was hugely controversial for being openly critical of the nation's conduct during World War II. Fucking mental stuff. Men Behind the Sun, get on it. But it's this willingness to confront natural taboos head-on that makes it such a lastingly powerful experience. So that's going to be that's going to be more intense than the fucking Lord of the Rings trilogy. Let me tell you that much. Yeah. How do you hold things again? Here is the flip side. And that's there we go. That will be fun. That would be a long one. I don't know when I'm gonna do this one. I don't know when, don't know why. That's it. Fucking that's it. I don't know what else. I've got like heaps of other shit to watch, but I know what's depressing and what's not. So I'm just like, that can just do it, and then I'll find out stuff along the way. I'll add stuff in. It doesn't matter. Whatever. I don't even know how many films there were. There's like 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 DVDs. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. 27. Beautiful. Easy. Fucking Dunskies. Beautiful. I don't know. That's it. Yeah, that's it, man. Thank you. Sorry for the coughing and the spitting. As I said, I had my tonsils out. So I'm at the end of healing now. But yeah, I had a fucking cold before I got it done, and I've still got a cough. Still there. So that was fun. It's been fun. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to me dabble on. Thank you for seeing what I will watch in December. I'll put my letterbox. Oh no, my light just died. Oh well, there you go. I swear that was fucking full charge too. I've been talking too much. I will put my battery on my camera's gonna die soon too. I'll put my letterbox in so you can see my reviews of me talking shit and seeing if I cried or not. Fucking yeah. Until the next one. Take it. Oh my god, my nose is itchy. I'm just falling apart. I might be alive for the next one. Who knows? Bloody light. Anyway, thank you for watching. Subscribe, I guess, if you want. If you want to see more stuff. Yeah. Thank you for watching anyway.